Hey guys, what's up? Nathan here from Worship Calling in the Worship Journal Guitarist Edition. We have got a pretty amazing update from the folks at Fender on the Tone Master Pro. So I've not went through everything. I'm just going to jump in and show you a handful of the things I'm most excited for right out of the gate. First up, let's jump over to Pro Control. First up is the fact that we can now send MIDI over USB. So those of you that follow my channel know that I'm using my Tone Master Pro. I'm using two of my foot switches as page turns for my tablet, which is running mobile sheets. So I have all my chord charts on there, and I'm using two of my foot switches I'm dedicating to be page turns to my tablet. Before, I had to have I was using like an inline USB MIDI interface to connect the old school MIDI cables to the Tone Master Pro so that it could send MIDI signal to my tablet. Now I don't have to do that. I can send it all over USB. So how do we enable that? You just go to Settings, I/O, MIDI. There's a bunch of new options in here. And you want to find the option for Send MIDI, Program Change, and Change Controls, and set it to USB or MIDI and USB. That way it sends it over both, whatever you want. But as long as you've got USB listed, it will now send MIDI over the USB cable. So that's huge. I'm super excited about that. I'm glad to be able to ditch my little inline USB MIDI controller and just have the one cable connected, and I'm set to go. So excited about that. The other thing that I'm really liking is this new Convolution Hall Reverb Ethereal. It's awesome. It's very lush. Sounds good. Sounds really good. And I can't get away from this large hall reverb. Everything I end up sending into it, for some reason, I just like the way it kind of spaces it all out. It's cool. I'm digging it. I haven't really played with any of the amps. Obviously, we've got a whole slew of new cabs. There's some new drives, some boosts, multiple delays, which I'm kind of excited to get into those. But yeah, I kind of gravitated towards the reverbs, which this is my favorite right now so far out of the new ones. I'll probably be using it exclusively in my ambient path there. It's just so lush. And then the other thing that I am very excited about is all the new EQs. So the first thing I did was, for some reason, I don't know if it's my light. I assume it's my lights or something with my setup. Not all of my guitars, but a few of my guitars get a little bit of a hum. You probably can't even hear it on the video. But with this notch filter, I was able to easily just dissect that, find the frequency, pull it down, get rid of that little bit of hum that I can hear that I don't like. So, that's kind of what a notch filter is for, is really narrowing down on a specific band of unwanted frequencies and pulling those down. So you think about, especially like feedback situations, find the frequency that is causing the feedback, put a notch filter in, grab that specific frequency and pull it down so that you can kill the feedback. And then we also have dedicated low pass filter. So obviously, this is to remove high frequency content. Just get rid of that harshness, hisses, those kinds of things. Then we have the low pass filter. So think of that. Obviously, it's just the opposite, right? You're removing those low frequencies, the rumbles, the mic handling noise. A lot of times, if you're on a channel and it's a handheld mic and you get a lot of handling noise, those are always like lower frequencies. You can just throw a high pass filter in, pull those out, get rid of them. And then we have a low high cut filter, which is kind of, an extreme version of the low pass filter and the high pass filter, right? We're using that to completely remove those frequencies below or above a certain point. So you're going to have both ends, right? You're going to have a low and a high. And then the one I think everyone's going to be really excited for is the parametric EQ. The one thing I kind of wish this had was an RTA, or a real-time analyzer, where you could actually see like what frequencies are going across your signal path. But we just use our ears. It's not that big of a deal. But this allows us to really get precise control of the shape of our tone, right? So you've got, low cut, low shelf, and then you can throw a high cut, high shelf, and then you can change the type on all of these, right? So you don't even have to use a low cut or a high cut. You could have all of them, the type being peaking, which peaking is just kind of like that bell shape, right? And then you can adjust the Q if you want to dissect and get real narrow on a frequency or broaden it out. You can boost or cut. There's so much you can do with shaping your tone using this parametric EQ. So that's why I think a lot of people are going to be really excited about the add of this parametric EQ. So yeah, that's the stuff that I jumped to immediately, that just kind of flew off the page. To me, those were the things I was very excited about. So I will be jumping into the rest of the new stuff, and as I do, I'll be making videos. So subscribe, follow along, we'll have fun. This is a really good update. I'm really excited. Thank you, Fender, for the update. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. As always, make every strum count.